You've studied English for years, but still hesitate to speak. The problem isn't your grammar, it's confidence. You don't need hard rules or big words. You need your own life. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, your daily habits are real English. In the Englishman Podcast, this series transforms everyday routines into clear, natural, confident English you can actually speak. Not someday, but starting today. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy you are here today. This podcast is for learners who want to speak English naturally, not perfectly. Naturally means in a normal, relaxed way, like real people speak. In this long series, we are learning how to talk about everyday habits in English. Everyday habits are the best place to start because habits are your life. And when you can talk about your life, you can talk to anyone. Now relax your shoulders. Take a slow breath. English is not a test here. English is a tool. Let's begin gently. First, one very important word. Habit. A habit is something you do again and again. Let me say that again. A habit is something you do again and again. It is something you do every day, or almost every day. For example, brushing your teeth, drinking tea or coffee, using your phone, or going to work or school. These are habits. When we say everyday habits, we mean things you do daily. Daily means every day. Now, many learners think English is about big words, but real English starts with small words. Wake up, eat, drink, sleep. These words are powerful. Now, I want you to repeat after me. You don't need to speak loudly. Just speak clearly. I wake up. Again. I wake up. Wake up means stop sleeping. Now repeat. Wake up means stop sleeping. Very good. Now listen. I eat. Repeat. I eat. Eat means put food in your mouth. Repeat. Eat means put food in your mouth. Excellent. Now listen. I drink. Repeat. I drink. Drink means take liquid, like water or tea. Repeat. Drink means take liquid. Good. Now listen. I sleep. Repeat. I sleep. Sleep means rest your body and close your eyes. Repeat. Sleep means rest your body. These 4 sentences are English. They are correct. And they describe your life. This is why habits are powerful. Now let's add time. Time tells us when something happens. In the morning. Morning is the first part of the day. Repeat. In the morning. Now listen. In the morning I wake up. Repeat. In the morning I wake up. Very good. Now listen. In the morning I wake up and eat breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. Repeat the full sentence. In the morning I wake up and eat breakfast. Now let's slow down and understand something important. English is not about being fast. English is about being clear. Slow English is strong English. Now, I want you to listen to a very simple daily habit story. Just listen. I wake up in the morning, I drink water, I eat breakfast, I go to work. When you talk about your morning routine in English, you do not need long sentences. Short, clear sentences are perfect. You can start with this simple sentence. I wake up in the morning. Wake up means stop sleeping. Morning means the first part of the day. You can also say the time. For example, I wake up at 6, or I wake up at 7:30. The word at is used for time. After you wake up, most people do the same things. These are very common morning habits. You can say, I get out of bed. This means you leave your bed. Then you can say, I brush my teeth. This means you clean your teeth. You can say, I wash my face. Wash means clean with water. You can say, I take a shower. Take a shower means wash your body. You can say, I get dressed. Get dressed means put on clothes. All of these sentences are simple, clear, and very natural in English. Now let's put them together in a small routine. I wake up in the morning. I get out of bed. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. This is a complete morning routine in English. Now let's talk about breakfast. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. Many people eat breakfast in the morning. You can say, I eat breakfast, or I have breakfast. Both are correct. You can also talk about what you eat. For example, I eat eggs. I eat bread. I drink tea. I drink coffee. Drink means take liquid. Coffee and tea are very common morning drinks. You can say, I have breakfast at 8. Remember, we use at with time. Now let's put everything together. The morning, I wake up at 6. I brush my teeth and take a shower. I get dressed and eat breakfast. Then I go to work. Go to work means travel to your job. If you study, you can say, I go to school, or I go to college. Now let's talk about one very important idea in English: order. When you talk about habits, you usually talk in order. First this happens, then this happens. You can use simple words like first, then, and after that. For example, first I wake up. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast. These words help your listener understand your routine easily. Now let's talk about other people. When you talk about he or she, remember to add s to the verb. For example, he wakes up early. She brushes her teeth. He takes a shower. She eats breakfast. This s is small, but it is important. I wake up. He wakes up. She wakes up. Now let's talk about how often we do things. You already learned some words in part 1, but let's practice them again. Always means every time. Usually means most of the time. Sometimes means not always. Never means not at all. You can say, I always wake up at 6. I usually eat breakfast at home. I sometimes drink coffee. I never skip breakfast. Skip means not do something. These words make your English more natural and more interesting. Now let's listen to a full morning routine example. I usually wake up at 6:30. First, I get out of bed and brush my teeth. Then I take a shower and get dressed. After that, I eat breakfast and drink coffee. At 8, I go to work. This is clear, natural English. Now I want you to think about your own morning. You do not need to speak perfectly. Just think about the order of things. You wake up. You get ready. You eat. You leave the house. All of this can be said in simple English. Before we finish part 2, I want to remind you of something important. English is not about sounding like a dictionary. English is about communication. Communication means sharing ideas and understanding each other. If your English is simple and clear, it is good English. Now we will move into the afternoon and talk about work, study, and daily activities outside the home. The afternoon is usually the time when people work, study, or do regular daily tasks. When you talk about the afternoon in English, you can simply say, in the afternoon. Afternoon means the middle part of the day, after the morning and before the evening. Let's start with work. If you have a job, you can say, I work in the afternoon, or I work from 9 to 5. From 9 to 5 means you start at 9 and finish at 5. You can also say where you work. For example, I work in an office. An office is a place where people work at desks. Or I work in a shop. A shop is a place where people sell things. Or I work at home. If you are a student, you can say, I study in the afternoon. Study means learn. You can say, I study English. I study math. I study at school or at home. You can also talk about lunch. Lunch is the meal in the middle of the day. Many people eat lunch in the afternoon. You can say, I eat lunch at 1. Or I have lunch with my friends. Or I have lunch at work. Have lunch means eat lunch. Now let's talk about common afternoon activities. You can say, I check my phone. Check means look at something quickly. Many people check their phone many times a day. You can say, I answer emails. Email is a message you send on a computer or phone. You can say, I talk to my coworkers. Coworkers are the people you work with. You can say, I attend meetings. A meeting is a time when people talk about work together. All of these are very common afternoon habits. Now let's put some of these ideas together. In the afternoon, I work in an office. I answer emails and attend meetings. At 1, I eat lunch. After lunch, I continue working. Continue means keep doing something. Now let's talk about order again. Order is very important when you describe your day. You can use words like before and after. For example, before lunch, I work. After lunch, I work again. Before means earlier, after means later. You can also use usually, often, and sometimes. For example, I usually eat lunch at 1. I often talk to my coworkers. I sometimes take a short walk. A walk means going outside and walking slowly. Now let's talk about other people again. Remember to add S when you talk about he or she. You can say, he works in the afternoon. She studies at home. He eats lunch at work. She checks her phone. Now let's listen to a full afternoon routine example. In the afternoon, I usually work at my desk. I answer emails and talk to my coworkers. At 1, I eat lunch. After lunch, I continue working until 5. This is clear and natural English. Now I want you to think about your own afternoon. You do not need difficult words. Think about where you are, what you do, and who you are with. You work or study. You eat lunch. You use your phone. You talk to people. All of this can be described with simple sentences. Before we end part 3, let's learn one more useful word. Break. A break is a short time to rest. For example, I take a break in the afternoon. Take a break means stop working for a short time. Now we will move to the evening and talk about coming home, relaxing, spending time with family, and evening routines. The evening is the time after work or school and before night. You can simply say, in the evening. Many people have similar habits in the evening. You can start by saying, I come home from work, or I come home from school. Come home means return to your house. Then you can talk about relaxing. Relax means rest and feel calm. You can say, I relax after work. You can also say, I take a short rest. Rest means stop working and feel comfortable. Dinner is another important habit. Dinner is the main meal in the evening. You can say, I eat dinner at 7, or I have dinner with my family. Have dinner means eat dinner. You can also describe what you eat. For example, I eat rice and vegetables. I drink water or juice. Juice is a sweet drink made from fruit. Many people also spend time with family in the evening. You can say, I talk to my family. Talk means speak. You can say, I help my children with homework. Help means assist someone. You can say, I watch TV with my family. Watch TV means look at the television. You can also read a book. Read means look at words and understand them. You can say, I read a book before sleeping. Before sleeping means before you go to bed. Some people also do hobbies in the evening. A hobby is an activity you enjoy doing in free time. For example, I play music. I draw pictures. I exercise. Exercise means move your body to stay healthy. You can also say, I go for a walk. A walk means moving slowly outside. These are all common evening habits. Now let's put some sentences together for a complete evening routine. In the evening, I come home from work. I relax and take a short rest. I eat dinner with my family. After dinner, I talk to my children and watch TV. Before sleeping, I read a book. You can also talk about order. First, I come home. Then I relax. After that, I eat dinner. Finally, I read a book. First, then, after that. And finally, help your listener understand your routine. You can also use words like usually, often, and sometimes. I usually eat dinner at 7. I often watch TV after dinner. I sometimes read a book before sleeping. Now let's talk about other people. Remember to add S for he or she. He comes home from work. She eats dinner at 7. He talks to his family. She watches TV after dinner. Evening routines are very important because this is the time to rest and spend time with the people you love. English speakers often talk about the evening when asking about daily habits. They may ask, what do you do in the evening? Or, do you watch TV in the evening? Or, do you spend time with your family? Short answers are simple. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, he does. No, she doesn't. These answers sound natural in English. Let's listen to a full example of an evening routine. In the evening, I come home from work. I relax and take a short rest. I eat dinner with my family. After dinner, I talk to my children and watch TV. Before sleeping, I read a book. This is clear, simple, and natural English. Now think about your own evening. You do not need big words. You can use simple sentences. You can say, I come home. I eat dinner. I talk to my family. I watch TV. I read a book. These simple sentences describe your evening perfectly. Now we will move into night habits, going to bed, sleeping, and preparing for the next day. Night is the time after evening when people usually go to bed. You can start by saying, at night. Night means the time when it is dark and people sleep. The first habit at night is usually going to bed. You can say, I go to bed at 10. Go to bed means go to sleep. It is very common to use this phrase in English. Before going to bed, people often do simple things. For example, I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I change my clothes into pajamas. Pajamas are clothes you wear to sleep. You can also say, I read a book. Reading a book before sleeping is very common. Read means look at words and understand them. You can say, I read a story. A story is a description of events that usually entertain you. Some people also listen to music or meditate before sleeping. Listen to music means hear songs. Meditate means sit quietly and think calmly, or focus on your breath. These are relaxing habits. Now let's talk about preparing for the next day. You can say, I prepare my bag for tomorrow. Prepare means get ready. Bag can be a school bag or a work bag. You can also lay out your clothes. Lay out means place your clothes ready for the next day. These are very useful phrases in English. You can also talk about your thoughts. For example, I think about my day. Think means use your mind to remember or plan. I plan for tomorrow. Plan means decide what to do in the future. These phrases are very natural in English. Now let's put a full night routine together. At night, I brush my teeth and wash my face. I change into my pajamas. I read a book and listen to music. I prepare my bag for tomorrow and think about my day. I go to bed at 10. You can also use frequency words like usually, sometimes, and always. I usually brush my teeth before bed. I sometimes read a book before sleeping. I always prepare my bag for tomorrow. Let's talk about other people again. Remember to add S for he or she. He brushes his teeth at night. She reads a book before sleeping. He prepares his bag for tomorrow. She goes to bed at 10. Night routines are very important because they help you rest and get ready for the next day. English speakers often ask about night habits. They may ask, what do you do at night? Do you read before sleeping? Do you go to bed early? Short answers are simple. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, he does. No, she doesn't. These are natural ways to respond in English. Now think about your own night. You do not need big words. You can use simple sentences. You can say, I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I put on pajamas. I read a book. I go to bed at 10. These sentences describe your night perfectly. Now we will learn how to talk to other people about habits. We will learn how to ask questions, give short answers, and describe routines for yourself and for others. Talking about habits is very common in English. People often ask questions like, what do you do every day? What is your morning routine? Do you wake up early? Do you eat breakfast? Do you go to work? These are simple questions that start conversations. When you ask about habits, remember the basic question structure. For I, you, we, they, we use do. For example, do you wake up early? Do you eat lunch at work? Do you study in the afternoon? For he or she, we use does. For example, does he wake up early? Does she eat breakfast at home? Does he go to work in the morning? Remember, we add as to the verb when we talk about he or she. Now let's practice short answers. Short answers are very natural in English and make conversations easy. For questions with do, we answer yes, I do, or no, I don't. For questions with does, we answer yes, he does, no, she doesn't. Let's practice together. I will say a question and you can think of the answer. Do you wake up at 6? Yes, I do. Do you eat breakfast? No, I don't. Does he go to work at 8? Yes, he does. Does she drink coffee in the morning? No, she doesn't. These short answers are simple, clear, and very common in English conversations. Now, let's talk about asking more detailed questions about routines. You can ask, what time do you wake up? What do you usually eat for breakfast? What do you do after work? What do you do in the evening? What do you do before going to bed? These questions are natural and easy to use in everyday English. You can also ask about other people. For example, what time does he wake up? What does she usually eat for breakfast? What does he do after work? These are small changes, but they are very important for correct English. Now let's talk about describing routines for other people. You can say, he wakes up at 6. She eats breakfast at 7. He goes to work in the afternoon. She relaxes in the evening. He goes to bed at 10. These are simple sentences with he or she. You can also describe what someone usually does. For example, he usually drinks coffee in the morning. She sometimes watches TV in the evening. He always takes a short walk after lunch. She never skips breakfast. Now let's put it all together with a small conversation example. A. What do you do in the morning? B. I wake up at 6. I brush my teeth and take a shower. I eat breakfast at 7. A. Does he wake up early? B. Yes, he does. He usually drinks coffee before work. A. What does she do in the evening? B. She usually relaxes and watches TV. She goes to bed at 10. This is natural, simple English for talking about habits and routines. You can use it every day with friends, family, or coworkers. Remember, questions and short answers are very important because they make conversations easy and fast. You do not need long or difficult sentences. Short, clear sentences are perfect. Now we will focus on how to sound more natural and confident when talking about habits. We will learn small expressions that English speakers use every day. First, let's talk about soft words. Soft words make your English sound friendly and natural. Words like usually, kind of, a bit, and most of the time are very common. For example, instead of saying, I wake up at 6, you can say, I usually wake up at 6. Instead of saying, I work all day, you can say, I work most of the time during the day. These small words make your English sound more relaxed and natural. Now let's talk about linking ideas. English speakers often connect ideas smoothly. You can use words like and, then, after that, and so. For example, I wake up at 6 and then I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast. So is often used to explain a reason. For example, I wake up early, so I go to bed early. Now let's talk about sounding confident. Confidence does not mean using big words. Confidence means speaking clearly and calmly. Use short sentences. Speak at a steady speed. Do not rush. For example, I wake up at 6. I usually eat breakfast at 7. Then I go to work. This sounds confident and natural. Now let's talk about common everyday expressions. You can say, I'm pretty busy during the day. Pretty means quite, but not too much. You can say, I take it easy in the evening. Take it easy means relax. You can say, I call it a day at night. Call it a day means stop working. These expressions are very common and friendly. Now let's practice a natural full routine with these expressions. I usually wake up around 6. I get ready and eat breakfast. Then I go to work. I'm pretty busy during the day, so I eat a quick lunch. In the evening, I come home and take it easy. I watch TV or read a bit. At night, I brush my teeth, prepare for tomorrow, and call it a day around 10. This sounds natural and smooth. Now let's talk about talking with other people. When someone asks about your habits, you do not need long answers. You can say, it depends, or it changes, or more or less the same every day. These phrases are very natural in English. For example, what time do you wake up? You can say, around 6. What do you do in the evening? You can say, I usually relax and watch TV. Now let's talk about mistakes again. Do not try to translate from your language word by word. Think in simple English ideas. Focus on actions. Focus on time. Now let's quickly review what we learned. We learned how to talk about the morning. We learned how to say when we wake up, what we do after waking up, how we get ready, and how we eat breakfast. We learned words like wake up, get dressed, eat breakfast, and go to work or school. We learned how to talk about the afternoon. We learned how to describe work, study, lunch, meetings, and daily tasks. We learned how to use words like before, after, continue, and take a break. We learned how to talk about the evening. We learned how to come home, relax, eat dinner, spend time with family, watch TV, read books, and enjoy hobbies. We learned that simple sentences describe the evening perfectly. We learned how to talk about night habits. We learned how to prepare for bed, brush teeth, change into pajamas, think about the day, plan for tomorrow, and go to bed. We learned how to ask questions about habits using do and does. We learned how to give short answers like yes, I do, and no, I don't. We learned how to talk about other people using he and she correctly. We also learned common mistakes and how to avoid them. We learned to add s for he and she, use time words correctly, and speak slowly instead of rushing. We practiced describing a full day from morning to night. We learned how to sound more natural by using words like usually, sometimes around a bit, and expressions like take it easy and call it a day. Now, before we finish, I want to give you a very simple daily practice plan. This plan is easy, realistic, and powerful. Every morning, say 3 sentences about your morning. For example, I wake up at 6. I eat breakfast at 7. I go to work. In the afternoon, say 3 sentences about your afternoon. For example, I work at my desk. I eat lunch at 1. I talk to my coworkers. In the evening, say 3 sentences about your evening. For example, I come home. I eat dinner with my family. I relax and watch TV. At night, say 3 sentences about your night. For example, I brush my teeth. I read a book. I go to bed at 10. That is 12 simple sentences every day. This practice takes only a few minutes, but it builds strong English habits. Let's remember the most important rule. You do not need complicated English. Clear, simple English is always better. If your sentences are short, clear, and in order, anyone can understand you. Your everyday life already gives you all the words you need. Let's start with the morning. Mornings are the beginning of your daily routine, and describing them in English is simple. Practice saying, I wake up at 6. I get out of bed. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower. I get dressed. I eat breakfast. I drink tea or coffee. I go to work or school. Remember the verbs wake up, get out of bed, brush, wash, take a shower, get dressed, eat, drink, go. These are basic verbs used every day. Add the correct times at 6, at 7:30, or in the morning. You can also use frequency words. I usually wake up at 6. I always brush my teeth. I sometimes eat bread and eggs. I never skip breakfast. Frequency words make your English sound natural. Next, let's review the afternoon. In the afternoon, most people work, study, eat lunch, and continue their daily activities. Here is a sample practice. I go to work. I sit at my desk. I answer emails. I talk to my coworkers. I attend meetings. I eat lunch at 1. I take a short break. I continue working. You can also talk about other people. He works in the afternoon. She studies at home. He eats lunch at work. She takes a short walk. Remember to add S for he and she. Use do or does for questions. Do you work in the afternoon? Yes, I do. Does she eat lunch at 1? Yes, she does. Now, let's move to the evening. Evening routines include coming home, relaxing, dinner, family time, hobbies, and entertainment. Practice saying, I come home from work. I relax and take a short rest. I eat dinner with my family. I talk to my children. I watch TV. I read a book. I do my hobbies. I go for a walk. Use softening words and phrases to sound natural. I usually relax after work. I sometimes read a book. I often watch TV in the evening. You can also use expressions like take it easy, wind down, or call it a day to make your English more conversational. Next, night habits. Night routines prepare you for sleep and the next day. Practice saying, I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I change into pajamas. I prepare my bag for tomorrow. I think about my day. I plan for tomorrow. I go to bed at 10. I sleep well. Use phrases like hit the bed or get some rest for natural conversation. Frequency words are important here too. I always brush my teeth before bed. I sometimes read a story before sleeping. Now, let's review asking and answering questions about habits. This is very useful for conversations. Use do for I, you, we, and they. Use does for he and she. Practice these. Do you wake up early? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do you eat breakfast? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Does he go to work in the morning? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Does she relax in the evening? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Short answers are natural and fast. Remember the small grammar rules. Add S for he, she. Place frequency words correctly and always speak in order. Use words like first, then, after that, finally to explain your routine clearly. Let's also repractice some common mistakes. Avoid forgetting S for he, she. Avoid wrong word order with frequency words. Avoid using do instead of does. Avoid speaking too fast or long sentences. Speak slowly and clearly. Short sentences are stronger than long, complicated ones. Now let's put a full day together for practice. In the morning, I wake up at 6. I brush my teeth, take a shower, get dressed, and eat breakfast. I go to work. In the afternoon, I answer emails, attend meetings, eat lunch at 1, and continue working. In the evening, I come home, relax, eat dinner with my family, talk to my children, watch TV, read a book, and do my hobbies. At night, I brush my teeth, prepare for tomorrow, change into pajamas, think about my day, and go to bed at 10. You can also describe other people. He wakes up at 7. She eats breakfast at home. He works in the afternoon. She relaxes in the evening. He goes to bed at 11. Finally, remember the key tips. Speak slowly, use simple sentences, and practice daily. Practice this routine every day, out loud if possible. Speak about yourself, your family, friends, or imaginary people. Ask questions and give answers. Describe morning, afternoon, evening, and night. This daily practice will make your English strong, clear, and natural. Thank you for listening to the Englishman Podcast. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, your daily life already gives you everything you need to speak real, confident English.